All right, HBCU legends. It's the end of the year, end of the season. 2025 was very, very good to a lot of people. Very, very good to this young man here, Coach. I know the ending at the Celebration Bowl, of course, wasn't ideal for the Prairie View Panthers, but man, I just have to think this whole season 363 days ago, I believe, if I calculated correctly, when you were introduced formally to the public after accepting the job at Prairie View A&M, you had some very prophetic words. And not only were they prophetic, some people didn't believe in the Panthers and didn't believe that this could be accomplished. And I was happy to hear what I was hearing from you. And it really was a testament to not only what you believed in your system, you believed in your philosophy as a coach, but how the young men, like you said, 70 plus, you knew recruits, and plus your new staff. Well, some of your staff had been with you for quite a while, but still, you had to have a new system that put in place. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on your 2025 and what what were the more memorable times for you as well as the Panthers?
Yeah, man, Kyle, it's been a whirlwind, man, because just this past Christmas break is the first time I've had a chance, and the guys that came with me from Valdosta have had a chance to really sit down and not have to worry about hiring a staff, moving, and doing all that stuff. So it's really been a 2-year whirlwind for those guys, right? But when you look back and think about 2025, man, we came in here with a plan and a vision, and I thought it was accepted by all the people that it need to be accepted by. We knew that we would have some naysayers, as they call them, people that just didn't understand because they don't have a lot of vision for themselves. So when they hear about people's vision to do well, it just, they naturally have to say something, right?
Right.
And so when I think back on the memories of 2025, one, it was getting the job. That the day I got the job was a very memorable moment. And the day we were announced was a memorable moment for me and my family personally. To be able to come back home to Houston, where I'm from, and play high school and college football, to be able to be back in the same area as my daughter, and for her to be at Prairie View A&M now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she actually works for us in recruiting. And so now she don't work for me. I got somebody in between us, but she works.
You needed a buffer, right?
Yeah, I can't. I'll be the father. So, looking at some of those things leading up to the season, those were memorable moments. I think when you get in the season and you start thinking about memorable times, fall camp was a memorable time for me. Taking 70 new guys, mixed them in with the 34 guys that were here. 3.5 weeks of fall practice where we're just getting ready. We know we're getting ready for a long season, but man, we spent all day together from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. It was like Groundhog Day, and that's just the way we do camp.
Right.
Man, it's just over and over again, but I learned so much about the individuals in the room. And to watch a group of individuals decide to become a team was memorable. And because those guys had to make a decision. We had guys from everywhere, USC, Oklahoma, Missouri, the SEC. We had guys from everywhere. And those guys had to understand that this ain't those places, but those places aren't this program. And so they had to buy into how we did things regardless of stuff. Man, we are top-notch program. The way we implement things is top-notch. And to watch them make that decision was good. Everybody didn't make it.
Right.
Everybody who started with us didn't finish with us because they couldn't make a decision, right? But the guys that made a decision, man, when we walked out there against TSU, we never thought we were going to lose. We just thought we made it an exciting day to win.
And it was.
And so, when you get to the season, you think about those games, those 1-point games at TSU. Alcorn State comes down to a field goal that goes wide right for them. We win 13-12. Man, to go into Jackson when nobody had won, the away team had never won the SWAC championship. It was memorable. And then just a lot of those things when I sat back and thought about it the last couple of days. Man, we compete for championships here. And it's funny, Kyle, because we talk about memories. A lot of guys in college football, like I've been at places where we're fighting for 6 wins to get to a bowl game, right?
Right.
Man, 6 wins, we just getting warmed up around here.
Yeah.
What we do here in our program is consistently compete for championships. And if we don't get a ring, we don't get a thing. And so it's just thinking about how those guys got to that point, hoisting up that trophy, and then losing the Celebration Bowl was a memory. It was a good memory for me.
Explain it.
Yeah. So, man, I don't know if there's any staff that has played for the PWI National Championship and the HBCU National Championship back to back. And obviously we lost both of them. And so there's some experiences there that you learn. You know what I mean? We had every opportunity to win the game. Didn't come down to a call. We had every opportunity for us to win the game. People say, well, y'all were up 21 points. Well, if you're a football person, 21 points ain't a lot.
It wasn't.
We're not the Oilers that was up 35-3 and then lost 38-35, right? Like 21 points, it's a comfortable deal, but it's not a lot. But it's not the fact that we lost. It's the fact that we were there and we had every opportunity to win. And this is not our best team. Our best is still yet to come. And so it's memorable because it's exciting for the future.
I need to look, I was at that Celebration Bowl last year, and I was in the press conference room, and I know Coach Berry, and as Coop would say, Ralph Cooper would say, you know, Mose Lester, your guy. That was your guy. Yeah, I said, yeah, he was my guy, man, because I believed in Coach Berry before a lot of people did, right? And I saw the disappointment in his face and disappointment in his eyes, but I also saw something burning, some of those embers burning that I'm going to get back here, right? No. And I kind of saw the same in you as well. Because when you were answering the questions and you were being honest and transparent in answering those questions. And I have a feeling that, like you said, it was a good learning lesson for you and the staff to know and to approach this upcoming season a little different. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I mean, we well, not necessarily approach it different. We know that the approach works. And what we have to do is get back to the grindstone of recruiting because players win championships, right? Like, we had really good players that bought into it. We lost a lot of those guys. We got to go back to the drawing board. But I'll tell you this, Kyle. For me, yes, I was disappointed, but man, nobody died. Nobody died, and I had to tell our team that nobody died. The disappointment that everybody had, we gave them the expectation to be disappointed.
Right.
Nobody was talking about Prairie View A&M going to the Celebration Bowl. So I think people really got to pump their brakes. Losing the Celebration Bowl only really truly affects one person, and that's me. It goes on my overall coaching record. Nobody else has to deal with losses like I do. So if I tell you that there's a great future here and we'll be back and we'll win the Celebration Bowl, then everybody just need to chill and get ready to go back, right?
And fall in line.
Yeah, like you didn't think we were coming anyway. So why are you so upset? Why are you even talking? We won the SWAC. We hadn't done that in 16 years. Let's just be cool with that. Because when we got here, you didn't think we were going to win 5 games. The most people thought we were just going to bring in all these guys and be like other schools that had done that and go 4-8 and we're gonna be able to make, GIFs and all that stuff of Coach Jack in the off season.
Right.
So the expectation of winning championships, didn't arrive here until we got here. And we want to make everybody, we want everybody to understand that we understand we gave you the expectation. And so now just ride with us, because you can be happy about something for another 365 days.
Yeah, definitely. Look, and you got to do what Kumo D would say. Hey, how do you like me now?
Yeah.
Right? Because bottom line is you were prophetic in what you were saying because you believed in what you were saying. And I had a chance to listen to some of the older alumni who were disappointed over time, of course. But this is a new season. And every new season, there's going to be some trials and tribulations. And just being able to get your team to evolve, like you said, over those spring practices to summer to the grind that you guys had this fall, it was a tremendous and remarkable feat, and I have to applaud you.
I appreciate it.
Because not only was the SWAC Coach of the Year well deserved, I think also if you look on a national standpoint, I was one of those voters had you as the national Coach of the Year for box to row. But the thing is, Coach, what I thought was tremendous is the fact that the passion, the insight, and the raw determination you had to be able to make the Panthers a winning team was more what we needed to see and have it vocalized. And that's the thing. People don't really, you can write down your goals, and if all you guys are doing your New Year's resolutions and everything, remember, not only writing down your goals, vocalizing your goals is just as important, and continually to reinforce it vocally as well as written wise, and understanding that the goal is a whole mission, a one by step mission every step of the year. Absolutely. So I just wanted you to kind of share that thought as well when it comes to how you kind of foresee your goals and expectations for the program.
Yeah, man. And I'm gonna say this because I just saw it on my mirror this morning. I watched The Lion King, right? And I was watching it one day with my grandma Kyle, and Mufasa told Simba to remember who you are.
Whoa. Yes.
And my grandmother stood in the back. She was in the kitchen washing dishes. She said, "Boy, you need to remember who you are." And that has stuck with me ever since the first original Lion King came out, right? Like, man, remember who you are. And so when I sit here and I tell people, hey, man, we're going to win, I know who I am. I know the calling on my life. I know why I was sent to Prairie View A&M. I know why this staff came with me, and I know why those players came, and I know whose I am. And so for me, I'm only saying what's burning in me and what's burning within our program to give people, other folks, hope. I know we're gonna win. Yeah. But man, if you believe in something, if you believe in somebody or somebody's, and you see them work for what they want, like I saw with these players, it was easy to sit up here and tell y'all, hey man, we finna win. Like, I know what winning looks like. And again, not winning games, winning championships, winning, getting rings around here. And so because of that, because of all those things, man, I'm always going to be confident in the way that we approach it. Prairie View A&M is good ground. Our program was good seed, and we put that seed in the ground, and we're not where we want to be, because I'll tell you this too, Kyle. I'm a big believer of the game tells you where you are, right? And so the national championship game, we were up 21. They came back and beat us in 4 overtimes. We had a kick go wide right, all these things. Well, there's some things going wide right in our program. There's some things that make us look like we're ahead, but we're really not ahead, and then people come up and catch us. And so now what we can't do is we can't be ahead and allow the people with new coaches to come catch us in this championship race for next year, right? Gotcha. And so we got to make sure we prevent that in the off season. We got to get together with the institution to make sure we're still growing and doing those things. I felt like if we had won, as bad as I wanted to win, but we would have cheated the process in doing it so fast that people would have thought we had everything we need. Nah, man, we
That's a
still
great
wide
point.
right. We still wide right on some things. We
Yeah.
still a missed field goal away on some things. We still up 21, and then we didn't got caught in some areas. And so I look at problems and issues as good, right?
Yeah.
And it was good for me to be afflicted that day, right? Because now I know it wasn't meant for us to win the championship. We had too many opportunities to win it for us not to. But what that told me is we're still not where we need to be from a program standpoint. Institutionally, we got some things we got to get worked on. Facility-wise, we got to get better on some things. Man, you just saw a free football team compete for a national championship. We're not paying. Everybody we played against paying. We're not paying. So we got to catch up on some things. And we are. We got some things in this budget that we had to wait for coming in. We are, but we still not there yet. So we have won. I don't think that would have did our program future any good. I think
that's an interesting. But coach, that's an interesting perspective to have, and a lot of people like, oh, he's just blowing smoke up your butt mostly. No, you're right, because there are times, and I think that's what happened with Coach Berry last year as well. We got here. Nobody expected us to get here. No one thought, because they had them down like 2 or 3rd in the seat in the MEAC, right? And to be able to win the MEAC, get to the Celebration Bowl, and play against Jackson State, people like, oh, ain't no way he's going to do it. But he had to fine tune some things. And what you're saying is the same thing. All right, we didn't accomplish the ultimate goal. But for us to accomplish the ultimate goals, here are some things we need to be able to put in place. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And just we have to continue to adapt to today's climate, right? Man, you can't go outside wearing a hoodie and it's 100 degrees. You're gonna be hot. Or just vice versa. You can't go out there in shorts and it's -7. You got to adapt, man. Yeah. And so we have to continue. And our landscape is changing every week. Every week, somebody getting sued to change this rule. Every week, somebody's doing this or getting an injunction to change this rule. And so we've got to be versatile like that as a department. And AD Golf has been awesome with making sure that we stay up to date with the things that are changing. But we got to make sure we don't get complacent because we won. And as long as he's at the helm, as long as we're still running this football program, I don't think that'll happen.
All right. So talk to me about this, Coach, because I thought it was kind of ludicrous when it first came down last year. I remember when you put out your rules of engagement, so to speak, when it comes to how you're going to handle the recruits. My thought was, this is his system. This is how it's going to be done. And I remember 2 guys, and especially media guys, right? I'm not going to call their names, but he's crazy, man. He won't have all those guys. No way they're going to win. No way they're going to get there. And since the Celebration Bowl, those guys have been very quiet.
Yeah.
When it comes to that. But there was a guy that he was a white writer and from North Carolina. And I challenged this guy openly on some of he called you a fraud. And I said, hey, man, explain yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
How do you call somebody a fraud who has brought his team to not one, but he's brought 2 national teams to national championship games? If this is the system that he has in place, why is it a problem for you guys to be able to understand how he would like to have rules of engagement with NCAA transfer portal candidates? So what's your thoughts there?
Yeah, man, if you want to see how people, what I like, I read the comments. First of all, let's get that straight. I might not reply, but I do read them, right? Because I'm curious at how people run their homes. I'm curious as to how people parent their kids. And I think some of the comments that don't like the approach that we have, if you took a deep dive, their kids are probably all jacked up too, because they negotiate with children. We don't negotiate with children. And all we're saying, which all we'll ever say, is this is what we do here. If I follow you on Twitter, now we're talking about student athletes who are always on their phones. If I follow you on Twitter and you don't follow me back in 4 hours, you're not interested, and neither am I.
That's a good point.
Because people that are interested in something follow right back, try to get in touch with us. That's what happens in recruiting.
Right.
I don't have time for you to be trying to get the screenshots of your transcript. You in the portal, dog. You should know that you need your transcripts. If you don't know, this is me telling you. Have your transcript, have your highlight tape, have all that stuff together. When we get to that point to where we like you and you like us and we bring you down here, man, I'm not fixing to let you go through 90 visits. Man, you fixing to tell me something. Because if I negotiate with you in recruiting, then when you get here, if you choose to come here, I'm going to have to keep negotiating with you. And I'm not going to negotiate later on. And you know, in our profession, we call it de-recruiting. Oh, man, we got to de-recruiting. Man, you shouldn't have never recruited that joker like that in the beginning. And so no kid, and I define a kid as somebody who on a mama cell phone bill. If you're a kid, I'm not negotiating with you, buddy, because what we have in this program, you need. I'm going to fight for you to graduate, and I'm not going to get a job.
Right. Yeah.
I don't need a degree. You need a degree.
That's right.
So we take academics seriously because I care about you. But I'm not going to sit here and fight you to come to practice. You said you wanted to practice. I'm not going to fight you to go to weights. Which, when I got to Prairie View, man, there was some fighting to get kids to go to weights. Like, bro, this is weights. And so we just made a decision, Kyle, a long time ago, that we're not going to negotiate with a child. And if your mama and daddy don't like it, then this ain't the place for you. Go play somewhere else. I'd rather play against you. Because when that coach don't negotiate with you, when he make you mad, you ain't going to play well. Hopefully it's the week we play you.
Right. Discipline. It's about discipline, right? It's about discipline. And also, I could go a step further. It's about your determination and what your dreams truly are. You know, if you don't like someone to discipline you, to give you guidance, to kind of fit you in the direction of their vision, then therefore you're always going to be out of step, out of line.
And I'll tell you this too, Kyle. For all those people that said something negatively about it, if I could show you the amount of DMs I got going, Coach, I want to be a part of the program, from really good players, from players at Power 4 places that realize it's amazing that the players realize they need discipline and their parents don't, or the reporters don't. We you know, some guys like this wild, wild west. We don't wild, wild west at Prairie View A&M. We have a structure, and my daughter is here, right? Yeah. So my daughter tells the players all the time, he ain't doing nothing with y'all that he didn't do my whole life. Well, my daughter got all A's. Yeah. My daughter, she on track to graduate early. So these are things that are just required, not just of my daughter, but everybody we come in contact with, because that's how young people can reach success early. And we're teaching them what life looks like. And you start negotiating, and when there's no iPad to give them when they start crying in life, then now you got kids with mental health issues. I can't stand the rain. Man, we ain't got time for all of that. These are men that have to take care of their homes, men that have to take care of their families one day. And don't, like I tell my daughter, you shouldn't want no joker with no plan. Exactly. You shouldn't want a man is not a man if he don't have a plan.
Gotta have a plan, man.
And so we just try to give them those lessons early, man. And I enjoy some of the comments, though. It's funny to me because they think I care about what they say. I have no care in the world. Those people are so irrelevant to me, and they have no rings. So if you have no rings, I really can't talk to you, bro. Like, you just keep getting likes and clicks and all that.
I don't know if it even is about clicks. I just think some people spout out off at the mouth because, one, you got some courage behind this keyboard, number one. And two, and it's always trips me out how somebody who doesn't have a profile.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like
you don't have a image of who you really are, but you got something. You got a whole lot to say.
I'll tell you this too. Last thing on that, man. There's a guy in Mississippi, and I won't say his name, but he's a reporter.
1 in 8 women have thyroid issues. Am I the one? I am kind of tired. I should see a doctor. Is it genetic? Does my health plan even cover tests like that? In-network? Out-of-network? Why is this always a whole big thing? Wait, I have Kaiser Permanente, so my coverage includes regular preventive care. Guess it doesn't have to be a whole big thing.
Kaiser Permanente. Healthcare that just works.
Kaiser Foundation Health Plan of the Mid-Atlantic States Incorporated, 2101 East Jefferson Street, Rockville, Maryland, 20852.
And he covers Mississippi sports. Right.
I know you.
So he inboxed me and told me he was coming because me and him went back and forth in the spring on, hey, man, you don't even know me like that. So some of the things you said, you really don't know me to say that, right? But here's the deal. Come see our program. He said, man, I'm going to be in Houston at the end of April anyway. We invited. I was going to buy his hotel room. He never showed up. He never showed up, and he never said anything else about it.
Let me tell you this. That same cat, when he had some criticism for Mississippi Valley, I remember this correctly. Mississippi Valley was struggling, man. They just lost, I think the AD just resigned or whatever. Something happened, and they didn't have notes for a game or whatever. I'm like, if you're there in Mississippi and you know they need some help, why don't you just lend your expertise to help them out?
Yep.
Did I get a reply? Chirp, chirp, chirp. Man, I'm telling you, man, I like positive people, and you got to be positive in life because we got a lot of trials and tribulations that we're going to go through. And if you're not going to be disciplined enough to be able to or see where you have talent, you could be an offer to people enough to help them through situations, then shut up. Just be quiet, man.
Indeed.
Right? Indeed. So that's just my thoughts there. All right, let's move on to something a little bit more positive, Coach. Talking about, well, I got to give you some props on a couple of things. One, the vision that you had laid out, that was awesome. And I think that was great. But what was also instrumental was that you kind of trusted your old ball coach, Johnny Cole, to help you out on the situation with Cam Peters. Talk about how instrumental that was for the season for the Panthers.
Yeah, man, I just remember being when Coach was the head coach at the other place. I remember being a young coach and just always kind of being around him, asking him why he made certain decisions. I knew I wanted to be a head coach very early. And so my deal was to try to get as much head coaching information, take my notes, what I like, what I don't like. Coach had this hair rule where he wasn't bending on it. Well, I ain't like that. I'm going to get me some guy with some dreads and all that, right? Yeah. So, but some of the things he said is just be very direct with guys. And we had a quarterback issue in 2010. Quarterback was turning the ball over quite a bit, really good athlete, good player, probably couldn't have won the games without him, but he was turning the ball over. And so I just remembered how Coach handled that. And so when we got to this year, it's no secret that I picked the quarterback. Like, people can say I'm a defensive guy or whatever. It's two people going to every press conference, me and the quarterback, and I ain't going with nobody I ain't picked. And so when we had those issues, I made a decision to start Cam. I made a decision to bench Cam. I made a decision to bring him back, right? And I felt like he needed to sit down for a minute based on previous experiences that I had seen, i.e. when we were together in 2010.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if Cam Peters could handle it. I wanted to see if he was going to fold tent or if he was going to continue to be a great teammate. And, man, that dude ended up being one of the best teammates. And he was disappointed. I could see it on his face. But that dude ended up being one of the best teammates out there. He stayed a captain. He stayed on the leadership council. Man, that dude, he handled it the right way. So when we went back to him, I knew he was ready for anything, and he wasn't going to allow the mistakes that he made before to hurt him again, right? Again, it's about teaching young men how to be men. I'm not going to judge you by the mistake you made. I'm going to judge you by how you recover. And this dude recovered. And when he threw the 4 picks against Alabama State, I wasn't taking Cam Peters out the game.
Yeah.
I had seen him recover. So I
Yeah.
just felt like he was going to recover.
Yeah.
But, man, he won the right. Cam Peters will be known as one of the best quarterbacks to play at Prairie View A&M. And he earned that right.
For sure.
And
For
he
sure.
earned in the postseason, Kyle, this dude played out of his mind.
He sure did, man.
And so I was very proud of him. But I learned those lessons with Coach way back 15 years ago, man, just seeing how – and Coach is a quarterback guy. Like, played quarterback. Ain't nobody touching the quarterback but Johnny Cole. And so to watch him manage that, especially with the experiences I've been on defense the majority of my career. So to watch the quarterback management, that was really good for me, and that's why we approach it the way we approach it.
Yeah. Well, no better guy than Johnny Cole, in my opinion, who understands offenses, understands people, understands the position. And I thought that was a masterful move on your part to be able to get him involved to just kind of help the young man through some situations. So I think that was an understated moment that really helped the Panthers this season. Coach, I got to ask this question, and I don't usually try to criticize people, but I was kind of baffled about this at the Celebration Bowl. With a minute 53 left in the game, you guys had 3 timeouts, the 3 rushing plays. What was going through your mind when you guys did that? Is there something you guys saw that we as laymen didn't see?
Yeah, we looking back at it, they're giving us some looks where we thought we can get some run stuff started. And then we were running some RPO stuff that had passing reads, but they also had give reads based on whatever read, second or third level read we were having. And so we just, looking back at it, we could have dropped back 3 straight times. We have threw a pick, though. It would have been like, why y'all throwing that ball? And so we felt
it's
like
always something, Coach.
Yeah. And so you look back at it, man, Cam had the hot hand that night as far as passing the ball. But when we got to that point in the game, they weren't playing the coverages the same way. They had lightened the box some, where they were heavy box, and we were able to expose them and win some one-on-one battles. And so that's probably not the calls that bothered me. The reversed fumble is the one that really, looking back at it, you go, man, that changed the whole game.
The momentum
us out of control. Yep.
Yeah.
It spiraled us out of control. But man, again, you hit the pass, you hit the reverse pass because the guy's sitting there wide open. Then we go up 28-0, and everybody calling us the greatest since sliced bread, right? And so I try not to get involved in the flow, right? We were flowing pretty well. So you go, I just watched the tape for the first time all the way through 2 days ago, right? Okay. So you go back and look at it, and what happened was supposed to happen. And so I'm not going to sit back here and second guess. Our coordinators work extremely hard to put us in the best play call, and ultimately it falls on me. And I didn't say pass the ball 3 times. So, it kind of, I looked at it and went, But, the coverages were lighter, and the box was lighter. And so we were trying to get something going. And we were a leg tackle away from hitting a 12-yard run, in my opinion.
That guy did do a shoestring tackle.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. All right, Coach. Let me ask last couple questions on you, man. I saw that you had a couple of your significant guys going into the portal, and that's a part of this new free agency, I call it, in college football. That's not something that's going to be a mistake, but I think you guys are going to be able to bring in some good talent in their place. The HBCU Legacy Bowl is coming up, right? And hopefully you and your staff, one way, shape, or form, could be able to get to be a part of that.
We're coaching.
Okay, good. I'm glad. All right, good. I've been a part of that Legacy Bowl since Doug and James Shack Harris talked to me about their vision for the bowl game, right? And we have had a number of young men who have made it through that system, now are playing in the National Football League. The offensive lineman that you have, Mr. McMillan, I think is an outstanding candidate, especially when you look at offensive line play that's necessary in the National Football League. Talk about him.
Man, you talking about a dude that's had a whirlwind career, right? Started off at Mississippi State and Southern Miss, went to junior college, ended up in Memphis. But you're also talking about one of the best people around. Man, the dude had some injuries that kind of affected him from playing in Memphis, but he never got down on himself. He always believed in the fact that he could play. He gave us an opportunity to coach him. Man, he didn't know anything about us. Our O-line coach had reached out to some folks, and they recommended him. We were looking for a tackle, and that dude, he trusted that we were going to get his career where it needed to go. Calvin McMillan didn't even visit Prairie View A&M.
Really?
We recruited him on the phone. We kind of were in that time where it was some budget constraints being at the back end of the budget. That man, we had to trust each other. and the dude came in here and he did just that. He trusted us, we trusted him, and he got better and better as time went on. Now, Calvin McMillan is a unique situation because we've petitioned to get him another year. So he's going to participate in the Legacy Bowl if we don't hear anything back about this other year. If he gets the other year, which we should know something next week, then he won't participate, and we'll get some things done that he needs to get done in the offseason. But he's got 2 kids, man. He's got one of the best set of parents you ever want to be around. His mother, when we were at Alcorn State, his mother got a chance to see him play. She had the 2 babies with his sister. His mother came up to me, hugged me, and just thanked me for the opportunity. And I hugged her back and thanked her for having a 6'6" son that can pass block. And run block too, man. And so he's really special. I think he's got next level talent.
Yeah.
Just being around the ones that I've been around, man, he's as good or better of any of them. And man, that dude, he has a determination to do well. He's got a degree, so he's in grad school. Just an all around guy, man. And so, really,
that's what I liked about him. He's a cerebral player. Yeah. And when I was watching some of his highlights, I was like, man, this kid has something, man. And I wanted to pass his information on to Ron Armstead and those guys so they could see if there was something that they could be able to help him up as well. Okay, Coach. Last thing, I wanted to kind of make it a little bit light. So I didn't want you to always be so heavy when you talk about the new year. So let's talk about women, right? And did you have a good Christmas?
I did, man. I ain't do nothing. I literally didn't do anything.
Sound like me, Coach. That was the first time I had to. I kind of rested my mind.
I sat on the couch and watched the Christmas Story about 4 times.
Okay, well, cool. 2026. What gifts do you want from your team and your staff?
The only gift I want, man, is that those guys continue to believe in our program and continue to work in the way that we work. Okay. As long as we do that, I know we'll get what we're looking for. But man, I'm glad that those guys accept me for me, because bro, I'm hard to deal with on some things, and I know that.
Well, that's what good leaders do. Yeah. You got to be hard, right? Yeah,
I'm hard to deal with, and those guys, man, with the amount of fun that we have while we're working, and the amount of fun when we're in downtime, and just the enjoyment, I never want to lose that. I enjoy being around our people. I genuinely love our people because I watch them love each other. And if the best gift they can give me is not to lose that at all.
Okay, I like that. I like that, Coach. And as far as when it comes to that championship trophy from the SWAC, I know you have it quite near you in your offices as well. This coming season, we need to add that Celebration Bowl, right?
Most definitely. You know, it's a day-by-day process, though. What we do tomorrow, starting January 1, when we change over people talk about fiscal years, right? The fiscal year in our program, the program year, starts every January 1. We'll have a new model tomorrow. We'll get things moving. But the one thing we know is we won't win the Celebration Bowl tomorrow. There's a lot of time that leads up to that. And so that is the ultimate goal. We know what it takes to get to Atlanta. Now we gotta do what it takes to win in Atlanta, right? And so won't be no more songs. We've already sung a song. We know what that is. But we certainly look forward to putting our head to the grindstone to get back to that point.
Okay. Now, if there's any recruits out there that will watch this interview that we're having, tell them how they need to engage with you.
Coach Jack 212, Coach Jack 212, at Coach Jack 212 on all platforms. I'm not hard to find. Somebody's probably commenting on something I said, so it probably will bring it up in your algorithm. But I'll say this, man. If you want to consistently compete for championships and be held accountable to where you can be a winner on the field and off the field in 10 to 30 years from now, then Prairie View A&M is the place to be. Everybody has good schools. Everybody has good schemes. We have a great program, and we believe in our program, and nobody does it better than us. And we make no qualms about that. There's a lot of great coaches. It's only one dog mentality program, and that's how we go about it. I know I'm not supposed to call kids dogs, right? But discipline, obedience, and grit.
Come on, man.
Hey, I can't let that slide.
I had to. How about your dogs? But look, your dogs responded, right? And I don't care what anybody say. Let's see. This is our Prairie View bobblehead.
Yeah.
Got the Panther. He's ready to go. I only carry 2. I got him, and I got, of course, my Morehouse Tiger back there, man. But there's a young man from Morehouse that you guys need to take a look at. He's in the transfer portals from he's an offensive lineman.
I know you're talking about. He hit us up. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Okay, all right, please.
Yeah, he's already in the portal.
All right, well, cool. Well, look, man, I just want to tell you from a media standpoint, we appreciate the transparency. We appreciate the honesty, and that's one thing that's kind of been lost. And hopefully we could be able to do more to help enhance and be able to bring a spotlight to your program over at Prairie View A&M. But also, Coach, do me a favor, man.
Yes, sir.
We got to get Coach, I call him Coach Golf. We got to get Coach Golf a new cowboy hat for I know he's going to get on me.
That's his lucky hat, man. We done well
had that hat going, boy.
Yeah, we took a lot of good pictures with that hat on, man. I ain't messing with it. I ain't messing with it at all.
Look, man, I was so proud. But look, and I have to say this, man, because when he dismissed Coach McDowell and parted ways with him, that was a difficult decision. And when I have to appreciate him for this, because when I made that phone call, he said, "Hey, Mosley, I got a job too. I got to do a job too. And I got to do what's best for this program." And he said, "I'm being evaluated as well." So people understand when there are different moves out there, you may have to make some moves on your staff, or there's some moves in personnel with the players. It's because you've got to win, and you can't always stay pat. You stay pat, you stay back. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Coach. Did you hear from anybody that you were surprised to hear from, like, to still give you some well wishes and some thoughts going forward?
Man, I've heard from so many people, and really humbled by a lot of the people that have reached out to us, and from pro coaches in the city and around the country to major college football coaches. But I'll tell you this, Kyle, man, my best call came from Doug Williams. Man, Doug Williams called me to invite our staff to come to the Legacy Bowl.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm on the phone with Doug Williams.
The legend.
This is like, I remember being on the couch watching him in the Super Bowl, man. I'm like really on the phone with Doug Williams. And our players, they might not remember that stuff, right? They were already Coach Williams already retired by the time these dudes even came about, right? But
right.
Man, that was big for me because I also remember coaching against Coach Williams when I was at the other place, and he was coaching family.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, well, the second time that he came back, I was still at the other place.
Okay, gotcha.
So he was able, coaching against the dude, and man. But when he called, I got a chance to talk to Coach Prime. He FaceTimed me, yeah, man. And it was invited us out to meet with his staff and whatever he could do for us. I thought that was really legit too, man, because I really think Coach Prime did a really good job for all of Black. He made Black colleges popular again.
He did.
Because we can say what we want to say. It was fading, and kids did not want to go to HBCUs because I was recruiting against HBCUs at some places that I was at, and we were winning, and we were Division II. And so he made it popular, and I just got a chance to tell him thank you for doing that. And now, and I also told him to send me a player too, or two.
Yeah, he does some players that he could send down, get some development going on, right?
But no, we got a lot of calls, man. I'm really appreciative of those people that have taken notice to our program. People at PWIs, white coaches called me, said they watched the Celebration Bowl, man. And, you look at that demographic, the Caucasian demographic was higher than most. And
65%.
Yeah, and I've got to believe that's because of Prairie View A&M. Because no disrespect to South Carolina State, they were in the game a year ago. We didn't have that. And so I think because of where we are, where we're located, my neighbors in my neighborhood, they don't even talk to me, but they told me they had a watch party. And so, man, it's just kind of one of those deals to where hearing from all those people was humbling, and it makes us want to get back to work.
Okay, cool. Coach, when it comes to, I guess, dealing with the alumni, do you think they believe now?
Yeah, I think they believe. We're going to find out when season tickets come out. Just kind of one of those deals, man. And listen, I'm really proud of our alums in the way that they showed up to Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them made the quick turnaround on some expensive flights and came to Atlanta, which I think we've got to do something about putting people in a bind back to back financially, right? Certainly above my pay grade. But I know the flights that I had to buy for family were expensive, right? And so to have those people do that back to back, really proud of them, really satisfied with the way they showed up for us. And now what I want them to do is just be complete now and come to the home games. And so when season tickets drop, we're going to drop season tickets earlier than we ever have. Then we'll see, if they believe other than just in the postseason. But proud of them. I think they answered the bell because we went back and forth. I was really mad. Like, people thought I was just playing. I was really mad, man, because it was senior day and there wasn't a lot of people that appreciated those seniors in the stands.
I couldn't believe it, man. Yeah, I was like, wow, where are the people?
Yep, that was disappointing. We clinched the championship. There wasn't a lot of people in the stands.
Yeah.
And so I get it. This Houston, everybody has those issues, but Texas A&M ain't got them. Texas A&M ain't got them issues. So we need to be like Texas A&M because we're 40 miles outside of Houston on the hill. And so we need to feel the hill every home game moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Coach. If I hadn't expressed this before, I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep letting us know and calling us out when you need to call us out. It's always good, but I really got to say this. Keep those guys, and what my dad used to always say, remember, don't be good as, be better than.
Be better
than. And I love what you guys are doing. I love what the culture has put in place. And tell Coach Darren Garrigan that, one day you're going to be a head coach, but we still need you in that defensive backfield right now.
He does a good job, man. All these guys do a good job.
Yeah. You guys have a great season, a great 2025, but we anticipate in 2026, the Panthers are going to be contending once again for a national championship. I'm Kyle T. Mosley. That's the coach, Tremaine Jackson of Prairie View A&M. Coach, thank you so much for having us on this New Year's Eve.
I appreciate you, Kyle. Go Panthers.
Go Panthers. You guys take care.